My name is Nnenna Nwaribe. Uh, we're in Red Deer, Alberta. And the name of the business is Chip-Buking International Market. We deal with varieties of products from all over the world. We have products from Nigeria, from South Africa, Kenya, Jamaica, Asian, from all over, trying to solve the needs of our people that are craving the products that we majorly eat from back home, ethnic products and organic products. So yeah, and we also have beauty products as well, uh, for people who are trying to keep natural, starting from their hair and to their body. Yeah. People are used to travel far places like Edmonton, Calgary to source for the little things that they can easily get here. And considering the weather, like winter period, it's sort of a hectic thing to traveling for far distance, looking for things that they can easily get. So, and I kind of thought about it with the passion that I have. So I decided to at least have this wonderful store that can meet the needs of our people. I love helping people. I love meeting people. And yeah, just meeting people to making their day, making sure that they're happy, feeling at home while they are home. So way more about helping people, not only selling the products. I think being able to help people feel at home, feel happy, being able to get the product that they would never get somewhere else. And yeah, getting it here in Red Deer instead of traveling all the way to Edmonton or Calgary, or even posting from Toronto, which by the time you know it, it will cost them more. So at the end of the day, making sure that we have these things here in Red Deer, Alberta, that it's more central as well. I believe that most of the big stores, they focus more on things that like large quantity of things that they won't focus on the things that people like the little things, things like fresh vegetables, like kalalu. We have this is it's kalalu, like you can see it's fresh. And we also have this. This is called akwukwo aṅara. It's a eggplant. It's a vegetable from the eggplant, and so the big stores, they don't know what this. So, and then knowing too well that if I have this kind of store, they will be able to it will be able to help these people that are from where I come from, the people like me, so it will help them and they will feel much at home instead of not, being able to get what they need. I was born and raised in Nigeria in West Africa, and I got married to my husband in 2000, the year 2000. So, and then I migrated here just because of family. And from the time I came, I actually lived in Edmonton first for 2 years. Then we moved down here in Red Deer because my husband's job, he works in the oil patch. Anyway, so from the time we moved down here in 2005, 2005, Red Deer was very little. Like it wasn't as big as it is now. So we used to go to Edmonton to source for things that we need, like a product from back home. Sometime I would order from Toronto. And one of the things that actually made me more interested in doing this is when people come to visit, when I cook for them, they will be very happy. Sometimes I will even give them some of the ones that I have for my family. And then I thought about it, why not, do it more so that then to meet their needs, then they don't have to like feel bad, like they can't get it around. Personally, when I was even little, I used to take care of even my older ones. So, and I have passion naturally, and it's kind of an inborn thing. I believe it's if you are born to be that way, with other people, it will look so hard, but because it's something that comes naturally, you know. So I've been like that from when I was little. I used to love to help people, even though sometimes I'll get into trouble. And it's something that I would say I would never do, and then by the time you know it, it's something naturally will come up. And like even from when we moved down to Red Deer, we've housed people that we don't even know. So when they come, they have need for where to stay for like even a night or even food to eat. We make sure that myself and my family, we accommodate them. And yeah, so it's kind of something that is inborn. And I know that it's not an easy thing to do, because sometimes you do it and then it looks like you're doing the wrong thing. But when you think deep down, you know that we need to be a person of the people. So when I help someone that has not seen, like, I mean, when I help somebody to like get the product that they've not really seen for a long time, I feel very fulfilled and very accomplished, because at least I'm giving something good out there. What I would like to share out there to people, that it's always good to do good. It doesn't, it pays than the other way around. So, like, just to tell my family out there that I'm very proud of you guys for like being able to be so supportive, because I wouldn't have been where I am today without my family and friends that have been there. So being able to give back to Red Deer and continue to give back, it's a wonderful thing to do, and you would never regret to do that. I would also like to mention about being a farmer. I know it might not really have connection with this, in the sense that this is a retail store. And then so I started having that passion of growing my own vegetable here, looking at the way imports, bringing some of this product from overseas can be so challenging. So, God willing, I was able to get a piece of place to exercise planting those vegetables. As a matter of fact, these were all grown here in Canada. So anyway, I had that initiative of like, can I try this? Yeah, so taking that step, I didn't just took the step by like, yes, I want to do it. No, something prompted that. Okay, like I said, I wasn't even a farmer back home, but I grew up industrially. Like some of the things that my auntie owned a store, and when I was young, I was living with her. So she ran, a big store like this. So some of the products, of course, we will go to the farmers and get them, but I wasn't lazy about doing anything that I found myself into. So having that thought of growing some of these things here started from importing, when I was, like getting them from overseas. Not only that, they will be delayed from time, like because of freight, and then when they come, they're not in the same shape that they left, and they're so expensive. Like I will tell you, this callaloo would almost be $10. And I'm selling it for $5 because it's grown here locally. And there is no, like I said, there is no preservatives. There is no chemical. I only use some of the goat manure that I got from the farm. We also have some animals. That's what I put in the soil, and they gave me all these beautiful products. So anyway, that being said, I developed that interest because of the hassles in being able to import these things. And I know if they can grow here, why not? You know, it will be cost efficient, and you're getting it fresh. And yeah, we've been being able to get it at every time that you need it is better than you're waiting for like months. Sometimes you have to wait every other week or every month, and then sometime when they come, if not like they got spoiled or like something happened. Yeah. So and I have no regret at all because, like I mentioned, my farm is doing really well. You know, being able to like see it doing that wonderfully well. This is my second year of growing this vegetables. And I believe that as time progresses, I will work on things that can make me to have it constantly, which is greenhouse and some other, hands like helper, because basically I'm doing it with my family and they're running the business too. It's not an easy thing, but because of my passion and I see that there's a huge result. So yeah, when you are doing something that you love and you're having fun, how can you be done? So anyway, I want to see myself being able to even produce the products that I can feed, supply to Edmonton, Alberta as a whole, and being able to achieve that. Of course, I have not gotten there yet. And then again, to also see my business grow bigger than it is, I'm not there yet. So this is just the beginning. I am proud to be the first African Caribbean store. I remember back in 2007, I believe, there used to be a Caribbean store in Red Deer. I used to supply them some of the little things. Like I mentioned, that people would come, then I started having that passion. So when I have Essex like hair products, then I would take to them. But they didn't even last. It was so challengeful, they said that they couldn't keep up. Anyway, so from the time I started in 2015, which happened to be the first to stand for this many years, I am so proud that we're still pushing, no going back. We've started, there's no going back. So like I mentioned earlier, that it pays to do good. Think about the potential that you have to give out there, because everybody have what you have to be able to give. But sometimes people are very shy. People are very skeptical about what people would say. What if I fail? It's okay to try, and even though you didn't achieve that, it's okay. But at least you won't feel so bad that you didn't try. So I would say, people out there, please try to like see what you have, the blessings that you got in you that you can give out back there. And it will make you feel great, because I am very excited that the journey that I did not even think so much about. But today, when I look back, I tap myself on the shoulder and say, right on, keep going. So congratulations to all of us. Yeah.
The next interview will be totally different. We'll be interviewing a physiotherapist. I'm Sheyip. Of course, you know that. I'm a physiotherapist by training. I've done this for 24 years now, and I've lived in Red Deer for consistently almost 10 years. But before then, I did live in Red Deer 2007, so that's a ways back. We are in Timberland's Physiotherapy Clinic. This is the workplace that my wife and I founded in 2017, right here in Red Deer. So this is where we are. I tell people that I didn't choose physiotherapy. Physiotherapy chose me. The reason I say that is because I've always wanted to be a doctor since I was a young man. And then I went into, of course, when it was time to write the exams for the healthcare school, I did write the exams. But that particular year, I did not make the cutoff for medicine. Interestingly, that university that I went to in Nigeria was the highest rated university in Nigeria, highly competitive, #1 for all healthcare courses, University of Ibadan. And that year had the highest cutoff point for medicine or even for physiotherapy. So it just happened that even though I had earlier missed getting into the healthcare school, I still eventually just made it in because I had like 6 points higher than the physiotherapy cutoff. So I ended up in physio, and I did not know what physiotherapy was all about. My mom had to make a decision between physiology and physiotherapy, but she chose physio, not knowing what physio was all about herself, but she just thought, I think she thought it was a cute name or something like that. So I had no precedent, like not in my family or anywhere else. Ended up in physiotherapy, and I have never looked back. It's been a great and rewarding profession to be in for me. When it comes to physiotherapy, what makes it so rewarding for me is the joy I personally derive from seeing people go from bad to better. Bad in terms of their healthcare, in terms of their pain, their loss of function, limitation of range or muscle strength. I see them coming, limping, and in a few days or weeks later, they are happy and they are saying, thank you so much. Just that joy of seeing people live how they would like to live. I mean, happy, joyful, fulfilling in their lives, and, going back to their families and helping their grandchildren if they are older, if they are younger, back to sports, back to school. That gives me so much joy. It imbues me with satisfaction. Looking back, I think I was very fortunate. I really think so. I was fortunate to have had the parents that I had who paved the way and paid the bills to make sure that I went to the right school. Growing up in Nigeria, it was tough. It was highly competitive. You had to compete for everything. Of course, some of you out there know that Nigeria is the most populous black nation on earth. Almost 200 million people in that space of a land. And my parents put so much into it. They ensured that I went to a private school. At the time, private school was, of course, way better to go to than most public schools. Even till now, back in Nigeria, they had to pay out of their pocket. And having said that, I went to a nursery school. It was all English speaking from kindergarten all the way up to university, actually. So it was all English speaking. So it was easier, having had a foundation, a strong educational foundation in nursery and primary and kindergarten and all of that, to go into high school and then moved on to university was way easier. So I had to say that I was fortunate, or I am fortunate, because my school in Nigeria was considered an easy transition school into the Canadian system. Because when I sent in my documents to it's called Alliance PT. It's a group of an organization that reviews your certificates and your diploma and everything. So when I sent my papers in, they did send me a report back saying your education is significantly equivalent to a Canadian trained physiotherapist. You may now challenge the exam. So I cannot forget the day I received that back in 2005, maybe 2004. In Nigeria. I was so glad to read that. But again, all of that foundation really helped to set me up for success later in life. So the other part of this was the writing of the exam itself. The exams are typically similar. The cases that you deal with are virtually the same. Healthcare is the same all over the world. It's just in terms of emphasis. Because when I left school, I'd already spent 4 years out of school practicing as a pediatric physiotherapist. So to now come into the system where I had to write the basic foundational exams in every sector, every part of physiotherapy, which is neuromuscular, musculoskeletal, and cardiorespiratory, was a bit challenging. But guess what? I had the best welcome to Canada. And the job I had in Canada, because I came on a work permit, to cut the long story short, they were fantastic people. I still remember them by name today and pray for them in my heart. Amazing people, Chantel, Sandy, and the rest of them. They really welcomed me. They were healthcare professionals as well, SLP, which is speech language pathologist, occupational pathologist. I was the only physiotherapist within that setting that I worked. I had mentors who came in from out of town to also assist me and all of that. And they contributed to my success and who I am today. So guiding me through the exams and all of that, it wasn't easy. I had to write my first exams for about 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks from the time I got into Canada. So with all the jet lag and all the new culture and all of everything was new. I still had to write the exams, and interestingly, I didn't make the first attempt, but I wrote the next one was 1 month after, and I passed that with flying colors. 2 months after, I think. Yeah, so no, it's been a great experience, even though it wasn't easy crossing over. All of that took me about 1 year to write all the exams and to pass everything. If I may say, the biggest hurdle to my transitioning into my professional life must have been in terms of I would say the intricacies, the soft skills. If I want to be really sincere, I think maybe if my story will speak for or represent some of the immigrant stories, professional immigrants, I must say, will be the soft skills more than anything else. It's easy to read books and to understand what you're reading and to practice and hands-on. Physiotherapy is very hands-on. It's easy to do all of that. It's easy to learn them. It's easy to move on. But it's the innuendos, it's the soft skills, it's the bedside manners, is you say one thing that might mean another thing to someone else. You know, it's all of that, or maybe even your idiosyncrasies that are not maybe what is seen as, what commonly acceptable things. Not that it's bad, not in that sense, but it's not what people are used to. For instance, Nigerians generally, of course, I was born and raised in Nigeria. 24 years or so I lived in Nigeria before transitioning here, maybe 26. And then it's the loudness and the buoyancy, and people are like, okay, that kind of thing. Canadians, we are all very, polite and quiet, and we're always saying sorry and all of that. I learned that over the years, but I'm sure I still have my Nigerian-ness in me, so to say. So no, it's been a fantastic journey. I think if there was any hurdles, it would be in the soft skills. And of course, you pick that up, you learn along the way, you relate with people. One of your weakest points as an immigrant might be if you choose to stay within your caucus, within your indigenous, your ethnic caucus, and you don't mix, and you don't go out, and you don't mix, and, with the community. Red Deer is a very welcoming place. Alberta is very welcoming, but we also need to go out there and be part of the community and relate with people, talk with people. That is how we learn to grow. You will make mistakes. You would do something too much. Like, for instance, I thought every food that they trash was being wasted. So when I just came in, when I go to a function or so, at the end of the day, I make sure I take desserts home. I take this because I hate to see waste, even when I eventually will have to trash it because it's got spoiled in the fridge or something. Anyway, so all of those soft skills we pick up along the way, it gets better. Surely does. The advice I will have for young people, especially those who are coming into the country and they're just starting and they need experience and all that, is to be open, be open-minded. Don't be closed up. Don't think you know it all, because nobody knows it all. We have to relate with people. If I may quote one wonderful man, Desmond Tutu, he's passed on now, Archbishop Desmond Tutu. He said in one of his lectures at the University of Alberta many years ago, he said, "You teach me how to be human. You as a person teach me. When I observe your life, when I see how you relate with other people around you, you are actually teaching me without knowing." If you don't open up yourself and you don't learn from others and you are closed-minded, you can't grow, you can't mature. So that is one important thing. If you want to start your own business, it's possible. The sky is the limit around here in Alberta. If you want to, do a project or the other, there are always people who will be willing to help you, to counsel you, to advise you, to guide you through, to mentor you. There are always people like that. Not to say that there would not be some who would even stand in your way, to use, for lack of proper terminology. But you can move on. You can wave them to the side and move to the next person. There will be always someone and some people who will be interested in your success, who want to share your success, who will counsel you. So be open-minded, be ready to mix with people, be ready to make friends, be friendly is so important. I cannot overemphasize that. You can't want to receive from people and not want to give something back. Just your little smile, just your word of encouragement, just complimenting people on how well they are dressed, starting a conversation. What's the weather like today? We know in Alberta the weather is always changing its mind, just learning how to start conversations, being open to counsel from people, and honoring and respecting those who were here before you. That's another thing, because sometimes we come in, especially as young people, we think we know it all, or we think we will only listen to certain people, we won't listen to others. That's not the way to go. We got to be open. We got to look for counsel from different backgrounds because everyone has their own experience. What makes me as a person is a bunch of things in my personal life and in my experiences and all of that. So you can learn from everyone if you are open to learning. And also there are lots of information out there. It's a day of information. There is nothing, to quote a guy, Will Smith, I once heard him say this. He said to his son that there is nothing you will go through in this world that somebody has never gone through before. So be open to learn, read books, go on the internet and search up things that will be helpful for you. So definitely you might, if you're feeling, you're not feeling like you're making a headway, people have been through that. Talk to people, listen to counsel, read books, be open-minded, search for knowledge, and empower yourself with a desire and a passion to make it, and you can do it. So what I will say to my immigrant community, so to say, or maybe even the Afro-Caribbean community. I belong to a lot of communities, or maybe people who are just arriving in Red Deer and they are trying to settle down and all of that sort of thing. Generally, I just say to people, don't be selfish. This is a land that has a lot of opportunities. It's a land that gives a lot to. Alberta has a lot of programs for people to lift them up. Canada has so many programs to lift you up, to give you a head start. And you can take advantage of that. There is no shame in it. If you have to do it, take advantage of it. But don't forget one thing. People paved the way for you. You have got to pave the way for other people coming behind you. So I tell people, give into your community. You can give in many ways. There are ways of volunteering. You can sit on the board somewhere. You can be part of committees. And don't be shy. You come with it. You know lots more than you think you know. You come with a lot of experiences in your life that will be useful for other people to benefit from and to hear your voice. You should not sit on your voice. Your voice is meant to be loud. Your voice is meant to be heard. And one of the things I really appreciate about being a Canadian citizen is in the process of getting your citizenship, there's a book that they will give you to read and all of that, and some education. And one of the things that stuck with me from reading that book particularly was, they said Canada was made from the contributions of people who spoke up. Canada is what it is today. This country is what it is because people refuse to be quiet. And you are a beneficiary of that. So you make sure that you are not quiet either. When it is time to speak, you speak up and don't just hide your voice. So become part of the community, become a part by being part of committees, volunteer, give back. It may be little. Maybe for now you don't have money to give, which is okay. You don't have to donate to the food bank if you have to use their services at this point. But in the future, things change and things will change for you. And that will be the time to think about how can I contribute in one way or the other to the society in which I have received so much from. And the little way in which I do that right now, if I may share my personal experience, is by volunteering on committees. I am on 3 different committees right now. I'm on the Mayor's Recognition Award Committee for Red Deer. I'm on FCSS, which is the Family Community Support Services of Red Deer and District. I'm also on Lifelong Learning, Red Deer Lifelong Learning. I sit on their funding committee. I'm part of the Quanos International, and that's one group that takes care of children and does a lot of good in the community. And you don't have to belong to so many groups and opportunity, but even if it's 1 or 2 out of your time that you can spend. And the other way to do this, in my opinion, is when you have that business that you have always wanted to act, use it as a platform to give back. For instance, since we started Timberland Physiotherapy, we have opened our doors. We've had immigrants and sometimes even refugee immigrants who came in and they needed a job as a footstep, because they need Canadian experience. We open the front desk to them. My wife she manages the front desk, and she will hire these young ladies and give them an opportunity to learn the computer, to be at the front, to greet people, to welcome them, to file things away. You can do a lot. Open your business up. Let other people benefit from it. We've had a few friends from Afghanistan. We become friends. A couple of them, actually. We've had, currently we work with Cosmos as well. Cosmos is an organization that helps people living with certain disabilities, mostly developmental or disabilities, things like that. We partner with them. We hire their staff, or they can come here for work experience as well. So those are the ways to give back. I would really encourage you to think about doing that as you progress in your life in Canada. Balancing life and family, work life, service to the community is like juggling. You have so many things going on at the same time. You cannot afford to drop any one of them, especially not your family. So if I may say, it's not easy, but you've got to be disciplined. You've got to be detailed. You've got to be organized. There are times that you'll have to skip some meetings just to be able to attend to other things. And your business is important as well. You've got to keep the money flowing. That's important. If you're going to not be able to pay your rent, you won't be able to attend to serving in the community either. So I prioritize. That's one thing I do. I prioritize my family, my wife, my children. They take first place in my life. So if, for instance, I have to go to my child sport, maybe my wife can't go for any reason, or maybe the two of us we have to be at the dance recital or piano recital, then I take the time off from my work, off from my volunteer to attend to that. But if it's something that she can go to, we share it. And it's division of labor. Somebody has to carry one weight while the other person carries the other part of the weight. So I'm glad I have a wonderful, beautiful, supportive woman in my life. I am very blessed that way. I'm the most fortunate man on earth. I really appreciate Komoto. She's amazing. She takes care of the family. I have nothing to worry about. And that frees me up to attend to my business, to serving in the community, and just to meeting people who want some word of wisdom or some encouragement, or to mentor people, actually. Generally, the one thing, I've spoken to young people, I've spoken to immigrants, recent immigrants especially, but I want to just have a general advice for especially just the general population. Stay active, no matter what you do. Stay on your feet, stay active. I work with some of you know that I work with supportive living. I work in long-term care as well. I work with seniors, and in my general practice, at the Timberland Physiotherapy Clinic, we work with all ages, from 0 all the way up. As you know from my experience, I did have some pediatric physiotherapy experience, so I am comfortable with all ages. But one thing that underlines everyone is the importance of healthcare. When you take out of your bank and you keep taking out of it, at some point, and you don't put back into it, at some point it runs red. Your account will go red. Same thing with your physical health. Same thing with your mental health. If you do not take the time out to attend to yourself, to take care of yourself, to listen, to listen to your body, to listen to your mind, you might run bankrupt at some point. And bankruptcy in the realm of the mental health can show up in depression, can show up in sadness all the time, can show up in you not performing well at work, you're drowsy all the time. I mean, it can fatigue and things like that. In terms of physicality, it typically doesn't show up until later in life. It's when arthritis starts to set in. It's when, obesity starts to set in. It's all of that. Get a health check. Monitor your blood pressure. Visit your doctor. Don't miss your dentist appointment. All of those little things, you are putting something back into your bank, your health bank, which in the future, your future self will thank your today self for you taking care of your body and your mental health. So do it. Do what you have to do. Your spiritual health is important. If you are the type that goes to mosque or goes to church or goes to a place of worship, a temple and all of that, stay in the community. Stay healthy. It's very important. All of that really helps each one of us.